you see?
Man, I think we've got a lot of really talented guys in that position group. Kind of like I said all spring, I think that's a group that we really feel like is a strength. Obviously we've got some guys that can do a lot of different things. Both when they're in the dot, when we're in the gun. Some different styles of running that we can use, and then also, just with their ability to be useful in the pass game. To be able to spread them out and empty, create some matchups with linebackers, or just use them out of the backfield in some five-man protections and get them matched up with guys. We just feel like there's a lot of different things we can do with the guys we have in that room.
Is there a lot of things you can do with the tight ends too, and you get some big physical tight ends in terms of using them as extended tackles, or just different variables you can bring when you got Morgan and Rudolph and big strong guys?
Yeah, obviously, with both those guys too, we feel very comfortable. Obviously, me and Rudy have a great connection, and just throughout camp, continuing to strengthen that. I've said it before, but he's just a really big target. He's got a large catch radius, and when you have a guy like that who can run, running down the middle of the field, or even in the red zone, in the end zone, he's a big target. And I've got all the confidence in the world that if I put it up there, he's going to go make a play and get it.
Sam, you've had some guys in and out with some injuries on the line. How important is having that continuity in the preseason, knowing who the starting linemen are and all that as they seek to protect you?
I think it is, fairly important. I think it would be nice to kind of figure out, what those five guys, who those five guys are going to be, just so, I can work with them, so they can work with each other, and so that the communication at the line, can become better and can become quicker. Obviously, though, at that position, having been in the league, it seems like every year, there's a time during the year where guys are having to move around and play different positions, and you've got a different group in front of you, and I think the fact that we're working some different guys in right now and they're getting used to playing with everyone, I think that can be beneficial as well, just so that if something does happen and we do have to make a change, or someone's got to slide over, it's not the first time that we've done that.
Is there a rule of thumb, that you like to have your line intact for X number of preseason games? I mean, I imagine certainly the third one.
I don't know if there's really a rule, a concrete rule that says, you need to have them by this date or you need to have them by this game. I think it's kind of a feel. I've been a part of teams where, it's really been a competition up until week one. And, the line really wasn't solidified until we made it to opening week. And so I think there's different ways of doing it. Obviously it's up to Coach Zimmer and how he feels. But, at this time, like I said, I think, there are some benefits in guys moving around a little bit.
Say when you're working with a couple different centers, are there nuances to the way they snap the ball that you have to get used to from guy to guy?
Yeah, and that's why we spend a lot of time with that. Pre-practice every day, out here getting snaps from different guys. Obviously everyone's a little bit different how they snap it. Obviously the quarterback center exchange is critical to the play. It's what starts the play, and if we can't execute that, then we can't have a successful play. So, we've spent a lot of time with those two guys, just trying to make sure that we're comfortable with each other.
Is there a greater learning curve with under center or shotgun snaps?
I would say under center.
Sam, last year at this time, take us back. What were you thinking at this point in the preseason? And obviously, your life changed dramatically in the Vikings last year.
Yeah.
Where were you at this time last year? What were you thinking about your football future and how it was going?
Obviously, I was in Philadelphia last year, and I was preparing, to be the starter in Philly. And obviously, that changed after the preseason. After that fourth game, but very similar to where I'm at now. Just going through camp, going through the preseason, working through everything that we had in that new offense up there and making sure that I was comfortable with everything we were doing and our guys were comfortable. But obviously it's a little bit different, being here, having been with Pat last year and kind of being able to fine tune some things as opposed to having to learn an entire new system, which we were doing last year in Philadelphia at this time.
And are you a guy that wants to see blitz work, especially in the preseason, just to get a feel for it?
Yeah, I think, you can try to simulate it in practice, but it's probably not the same as it is. It's not the same as it is when it comes to game day. So, I think all the blitz work that you can see during the preseason, I think it does have its benefits, just because it's really, it's hard to simulate the speed, the pick games, the twists, the things that we see on Sundays. It's just hard to really recreate that in a practice atmosphere. Um, Obviously in the preseason it's a little bit different just because there's no game planning, and so everything that happens out there is kind of a reaction. Obviously, there's certain things that you're able to see in practice, but you're not going to be able to see every look, like you would during the regular season, and really kind of scheme up how you feel like the best way to protect certain blitzes is. But I think it's good during the preseason to see those because usually each week you see one or two blitzes that might be new, from a defense, and it's nice to know that our base rules and protection will hold up.
Sam, you had hinted last year at one point that you didn't know a lot about Adam Thielen when you came here. Now that you've had almost a year with him, how impressed are you?
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing what he can do day in, day out from a guy you didn't know a lot about before.
Yeah, Thielen's been extremely impressive. Obviously, you look at what he was able to do last year, the season that he was able to have for us. He was a big part of our offense, and he's extremely valuable to us just because we really feel like we can kind of move him to any position in the offense and he can be successful. We can play him at Z, we can play him at F, we can play him at X. I mean, we can really kind of move him all over, and I think the mental side of his game is what has been very impressive too. He's just got a very natural feel, for how to run routes. I think with some guys, they can only play on the outside and they don't really have a feel for how to run routes, how to get open in the slot. But he's got a real natural feel for how to do both, and so I've been extremely impressed with Adam.
Is that something you can't teach? You guys just have that feel, or they don't?
Yeah, I think part of it is just kind of natural instinct, and some guys have it, and some guys they just don't.
Man, how much of a challenge is the Seattle defense with them being a noisy environment that they have?
Yeah, obviously, they're a really good defense, probably one of the best defenses in the league. I think it's good for us to be able to go on the road, and see them during the preseason, just so some of our younger guys can get a greater understanding of, what road games are like, what an atmosphere like Seattle will be like, when we do have to go on the road in the regular season. I think it's a great challenge for us, just knowing, how good they've been traditionally on defense in the past, to go out there and accept that challenge and go out and play well on Friday.
A couple more for Sam.
Sam, you're the quarterback. Do you have to be the leader of the offense if you're the quarterback? I mean, does leadership come at a premium when you're the quarterback, or can that be delegated throughout, or do you have to be the man all the time when you're the quarterback?
I think the quarterback is definitely the leader of the offense.